no stranger to drifting, no stranger to competition.
That guy stole my freaking ratchet wrench. I see that. That's mine. I love four-wheeler drift. All right, folks, and welcome to another episode. And we're going to go ahead and we understand we're a little behind, but at this point it's par for the course. And we're going to start and welcoming our guest, who happens to be in a very strange location, but we managed to wrangle him in for an interview tonight. And sir, let's go ahead and welcome you in. And welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry. There we go.
I didn't know where Ben was going. I'm like,
Yeah, I know.
say
It's
his
just
name or what are you doing?
I'm clicking all these things, and it just makes it like very difficult to go
You're
ahead.
supposed to take over, Tim.
I was
God,
supposed to take over?
Yeah, no,
while
you
you
weren't.
Welcome, Tommy!
Yeah, there you go, Tommy. Hey, all right.
Hey.
All right, so we got Tommy, and he is broadcasting live from OSW, I believe, correct?
Yep, OSW. Right here in the pits, just in this RV.
In the pits, but at least you're dry, because from what you said, it is raining.
Yeah, it just came down, started coming down. Should be ending soon, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We're still driving, though. I still hear cars going.
This spring bake bash, you can't stop that. That's just something that's been a tradition for years and years to come. So let's just go ahead and start off. Go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, driver, event organizer, and how you got entangled into OSW.
So my name's Tommy. I am the event organizer of OSW Drift for the last about 3 years. I do drive as well. I just never have time for it.
Yep.
we know what
so-
happens when you're an event organizer.
And yeah, pretty much. I've been doing this for about 8 years now. Started under different management after CFRC closed, and I've just been stuck with it and got a bunch, progress. I remember back in the day, after CFRC closed and we started hosting events here, we had like 8 to 10 cars an event. Good times. Yeah. And we just kept pushing, man. We kept pushing for, fun seat time events. Like we never really did a bunch of competitions. We tried, and damn AirPods keep trying to fall out. Yeah, and then we pushed through it. We try to, market and just get as many people here as possible. And fast forward to now, me being actually in charge, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. We average about, I would say, 70 to 90 cars an event.
Wow!
And just keep the party going. Try to get as much seat time as possible. I mean, it kind of strenuous to me and my crew because I still leave the price the same, but we're doing 8, 9, 10-hour days events, hours of seat time per event, just to get everyone driving. And all skill groups. I've tried to start doing some kind of like, run group based events, but it's just so hard. Like I can't turn people away. You want to drive, you want to pay the money, pass tech, come rip laps, even in, our lowest like beginner group. I can't turn people away. So we're very open, welcoming. As long as you follow the rules, your car passes tech, so it's safe for you and everyone else around you. We kind of just send it with everyone. I mean, and I feel like that's worked out over the past 7 or 8 years that we've been here.
Yeah.
I think mid 2013 was our first like practice like trial with the owner and was like, hey, this can work, and then been here ever since. I think we've had to cancel 1 or 2 events in 7 or 8 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wanted to touch on something that you were talking about, and it goes back to the beginning of OSW, right? Because we had Pat Gooden on, and he talked about how he was there for those times as well, and how you guys were just showing up. And at any point, did you guys feel like there's just not enough people here? Maybe we should just stop?
So, I mean, I for sure thought so when I was a lot younger and naive, because this was 7 years ago. You know, I'm like, that's stupid, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, honestly, Pat was one of the big reasons. I mean, because it was Pat and then the guy that used to help run CFRC, Pat was the one that was like, hey, Tommy, come help me at these events and everything like that. So it was me and Pat and the other guy. And pretty much it was like, you know, we just wanted to do it. We love drifting. Like, that's all that it's about. So when we had events that was 7 cars, 8 cars, 9 cars, 10 cars, I mean, we would just be like, hey, as long as you can, you know, pay us a couple bucks an hour to just at least be here for our time, you know, because Pat's, you know, out on the coast. So for him, it's an hour and something drive just to come here. I was at the time in South Orlando. So it was another 30, 40-minute drive for me. And it was just got to the point where we're like, you know, we love drifting. We appreciate the 7 to 10 cars, 20 cars that came out. We had 25, 30 cars. We would be stoked. And we just stuck with it because of the love of drifting. Like, it wasn't never about the money, and it's not about the money now. We literally just want to have a place for people to drive. And I tell that to people all the time. They break a rule or whatever, I disappointed dad them kind of attitude. And I go, hey man, you know, the reason why we have these rules is for your safety and so we can keep drifting going here. So it was hard for sure to be motivated to keep hosting events and putting in this effort. And on, you know, social media wasn't that big back then, but we still pushed. We still were posting on Facebook and whatever, and just trying to get people to come. Yeah, forums. Yeah. Geez, I don't. That's a long. Yeah, for real. But we just. Oh look, I think it stopped raining already.
Oh,
good.
We're gonna try to keep you for a little longer.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was just the love of drifting. I mean, funny. This is a funny story. So we host learners days, right? Where it's very limited. I allow 25 drivers to sign up. I sucker all the A-class dudes to come volunteer their time, feed them cheap pizza so they can ride along with all these people that signed up for the Learners Day. And, you know, we teach, you know, 100 people a year. And it really works out. But one of the Learners Days that we did back then, one driver showed up. It was literally me and Pat with one driver for 8 hours.
Holy!
And we still did it.
He got the best class of his life. I mean, what a deal!
100%.
Everything in one day.
100%. Because I was on Pat's FD team for 3 or 4 years. So I learned a lot from him and Jeremy Lowe, because he was on there as well. Chad Sommer from North Carolina, he was on there. I learned a lot. So literally with this Learners Day, I was just like trying to set up his car. Pat's giving him tips on driving. We're talking just all this sorts of information. And the dude started shredding in one day because he was the only one that showed up. And we appreciated the effort. I think he ended up trying to build his car a little too much and took a little bit of time off. He's not driving currently. But you know, life. He was a little bit, I think, a little bit older than me, maybe Pat's age at the time. So just getting older in life. So, but regardless, I mean, he shredded for a couple, probably 2-3 years after that. Every single event came back, and it was good. And then I pretty much, when I was running grid all the time, that's what I would do is I would give everyone tips. So I'm watching every single run that happens every single time. So I'm just like, hey, try this. And then they do it. I was pretty much having my own Learner's Day every time I ran grid. So and he was one of the ones that really appreciated it, especially after that one Learner's Day where it was just him. We ended up stopping because he ran out of tires.
Yeah, I mean,
sure. Yeah, freaking hell.
It was ridiculous. But
so you guys pushed past those slow years, right? But not only did you have to self-motivate yourself, was there at any point where the track was like, listen, you know, you guys, it's just not worth it for us, we don't want you here anymore, or they have always been supportive?
Well, the owners have always been supportive. The owner's wife, which we all know is the real owner,
I know how that is.
She loves drifting. I mean, sorry if you ever watch this, but she legit is like, I would rather be standing here in the drifting and be involved in that than watching drag racing. And all they know is drag racing. She loves drifting that much. So I'm sure that she, had some say in it and was like, no, we got to keep pushing. It's fun, blah, blah, blah. Because at the same time, you got to remember, especially when we were only had the oval before the skid pad got built, we only needed one EMT.
Right.
They were paying us, by the hour. It wasn't costing them any money really to host these events. The facilities here, the bills are getting paid regardless. Yeah, cool. If we turn the oval lights on, it'll cost a little bit more than not turning them on. But what's the issue with that? The bills were already there. The facility was already attempted to be maintained because they do Crash Rama twice a year.
Right.
So it's just to them, I'm sure they're just like, okay, these guys are trying and it's extra money. It's not hurting us.
That's
we're not going into debt because they're attempting drifting and they liked us, so I think that was a very big part of it on why they just were okay with it. So that for sure helped, is knowing that we had a place to at least try. That was probably the easiest, like the biggest thing that motivated us to keep going.
Wow.
Because we didn't want to lose it.
Right.
You mentioned that you're averaging 70 to 90 cars at certain events. I mean, compared to like the 8 or 9 that would come before, that's crazy. But I'm sure that's average. And when we're talking about like big events, it goes over 100. How do you like organize all that? I mean, like, and how have you had to like adjust over time, seeing more and more drivers coming to these events?
So the biggest thing is, we're able to welcome so many drivers. We keep a very strict set of rules. Everyone says we're very, very strict for just the skid pad and everything like that, but it's what keeps the owner happy. So whatever. But honestly, we just do it. Like I run the social media and I'm here and doing the drivers meetings and everything like that. And I got a couple guys to help me set up, tear down, run grid, clean up the track, so on and so forth. I just think that we have the space and we grew into it. So it really wasn't that hard to manage getting more and more and more drivers. The biggest issue is trying to be strict with rules and drivers meeting. You have to attend a drivers meeting before you're allowed to drive and get your car tech. The biggest thing is getting everyone through the door.
Right.
That's the biggest hurdle. We're good at it. That was a girl on the radio. We're good at it. It's so many people. So I have to constantly keep opening the gates a little bit earlier, give enough time for us to check everyone in and have them, unload and stuff before setting a driver's meeting. But honestly, it grew slowly. Remember, it's been almost, I'm real bad at math sometimes, but 7 or 8 years since 2013.
Okay.
So it grew slowly and we just got accustomed to it. Now, if you threw 200 drivers at me instead of 100, I'm going to freak out a little bit.
Right.
But it went from, 7 to 10, 20. We'd be pumped on 30. Then it goes, we were averaging 30, then 40, then 50. And now we're finally getting into the 60, 70, 80, 90 driver range, average, depending on the event and the weather, obviously. So it hasn't really been hard to get to manage, because it's never an influx of drivers at once. It's just, okay, 10 more drivers. Okay, 20 more drivers.
Gotcha.
Anything like that.
Okay. So
one of the, I think it was Black Friday or Spring Break Bash, a couple years ago, I kind of oversold the spots because it is pre-registration only.
I kind of oversold it.
I used Big Cartel and I was manually trying to add some because they were selling out too quick. Because I know I've done 150 cars here. I know I can do it, but it's insane. So I've tamed it down. Today, for Spring Break Bash, I sold 100 pre-registered spots, and then some of the people that backed out, I added some more, and then some people, that have been around for a long time, they're like, hey, I missed a sign up or whatever. I'm like, hey, yeah, cool, just come on in. So I think we're at 110 right now, maybe.
Wow.
And that's the magic number, kind of 100 to 115 is, we're tapped out at that comfortably. I can make 150, 160 happen. It's not going to be nice.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
right. And then people are going to lose seat time, and then they're going to complain.
For the most, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we run the track very, very, very hot. I mean, I have 3 C-class drivers, which is our bottom tier drivers. I have 3 cars at a time on track. 1 starting, 1 in the middle, and 1 coming off.
Well, that
So
comes
we
to doing
run the
layout
track.
right. Yeah, you're doing the layout right in order to able to.
That's a
enable
whole nother topic. I've spent hours and hours and hours, even in the past with Tyson and Pat and everyone. We're just thinking of layouts. And the biggest thing is them not crossing. And we have 2 entrances, an entrance and an exit to the skid pad. That helps a lot. But we're just limited still on options. Depending, because if people were keen towards very technical layouts, not like Gymkhana stuff, but like very technical, I can make some crazy stuff happen on the skid pad, but everyone wants to go fast. So, and to keep it fast and fun and flowing, you're looking at a 3-turn layout on the skid pad because of the size.
And you don't want to be picking up cones all night long.
That too, but it's still a lot of seat time. I mean, we haven't had a seat time complaint since I did that 150 something driver spring break bash or Black Friday. Every other event, I mean, people are out of tires before they're done for the night usually. And then because you got to remember, we still run the oval.
Right.
So the oval is open grid. I run groups on the skid pad, but the oval's open grid all the event. So if you're not up on the skid pad, you can go freestyle for 90 seconds on the oval.
Right.
So it's still a lot of seat time if you don't want to just drive the skid pad.
Right. And you find I've always found that people just kind of gravitate towards the skid pad because they have a good time. It's better on tires. But I think a lot of drivers, they don't. I mean, you get a chance to drift on a Formula Drift track, right? And do a Formula Drift layout essentially if you want to. And I'm surprised more. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been up there on these big events, but I know like on the private days I've been up there in the smaller events. A lot of times I go over there. I'm like, man, nobody's using it, right?
Yep.
And is it still that way? Like during Spring Break Bash, or you still get a lot of people over there?
A lot of people do use it. The biggest misconception about the oval track is everyone's like, it kills tires, and it does, but it's not the bank that's the issue. It's the apron. It's the flat part around the grass. That is like 1 grit sandpaper, if it would even be a thing. It's giant rocks. Remember, the center got repaved for FD, right? So the center is almost like a learning pad where you can go out there and freely do donuts and figure eights and not spend a tire at all.
Wow.
The bank has so much rubber, and because water doesn't sit on it, it's not coarse. It's the apron that's messed up.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if you run 2 of the FD layouts in a normal car, not an FD car, in a normal-ish car, your max tire wear is going to happen on the second turn on the flat part. Everywhere else is going to be still kind of bad, but not, it's not skid pad good, but it's not terrible.
Right.
So people want to drive fast, but they're scared of the bank, which I am terrified of the bank. They'd run the apron because you can do third gear in most cars on the apron and, haul ass, but that's where your tires are getting destroyed. So I think the more people drive it and try the layout, the FD layout, even low on the bank and, cross the center and then only hit the apron or just stop on the apron, they would be like, oh, tire wear is not that awful, and maybe drive it more. And I think throughout a weekend like Spring Break Bash or Black Friday Drift, people are like, oh, I need to test my car. And I always tell them, go do it on the oval. Don't mess with your run group, whatever. You got all the time you want in the oval. And then they're like, oh, I did like a lap and a half on the oval and my tires are actually okay. And then they get more into it.
Right.
So like it's just that. It's if you run the bank, you go through the center and you only drift like just the apron, the FD layout. It's not that bad in a normal car. FD cars still struggle for tires, but obviously FD cars.
Well, that's a whole nother level you're talking there. But that's
exactly.
That's still one of my favorite. I love that oval. When I had my E30, it was. I think some of my favorite times drifting were going on an oval and just doing a quick switchback and hitting the other side and just doing that like 3 or 4 times around the track and just be like, I don't want to get off, right?
Yep.
I think that one of the very few experiences I've had drifting that I had that sensation. And OSW has filled a gap and played such a major role in Florida for keeping drifting alive. You guys really, what you were able to accomplish at OSW when we had places like Three Palms that had some sketchy crap going on and
Yep.
people getting upset. Yeah, I mean, you know, just it's true. And then you have other event organizers up further north doing stuff, not paying people. You guys you weathered the storm,
KMS.
and yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't gonna name names, but
No, I'll say it. Oh man. No,
so, but yeah, you've been able to be that solid rock for drifting that Florida needed. And what's great is that it's central. Yeah, it's 3 hours from us, and our local track closed down, but we still make the track up there, and we are thankful for it, and thankful for you guys for doing it. I mean, that's just it's awesome to see how you guys have grown as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's what the goal is. It's just having the place. I mean, we've made sacrifices. We've had to get in arguments with the owner because he wanted to implement some rules that we know wouldn't be feasible for drifters. And we fight every single, not in a negative way, but you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's a constant battle to improve, keep the owners happy, but keep the drivers happy. I'm just the liaison at this point. I'm like, hey, this is what we need to do. The owners come around. And obviously you guys know this is not just me that's done it. It was Pat and Tyson.
Right.
You know, I just happened to be in the background for a while, but we were always there. And that's all it was about. It's fun, seat time, and having a place to go, especially in Orlando because we're so central. So yeah, like you guys said, it's a 3-hour drive for you guys, but it's also, we get people from Jacksonville every single event, from Georgia, you know, from the Panhandle. And we appreciate the heck out of it. I mean, we see people all the time, you know, consistent drivers that come here all the time. And that's what kept Pat and Tyson going. That's what keeps me going. It's just drivers coming.
Right.
Like there's no other way to put it. And that goes back into we don't do competition other than we did start that King of OSW a couple years ago, which happens on Saturday night, as like a fun, different type of competition, a little bit of a prize, nothing crazy because then people start getting it too serious.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, we just want to drive. And that's how it was when I first started driving in 2011, end of 2011, 2012. I got my first 240. I just want to drive. So I was CFRC closed shortly after that. And which sucked. And then I started getting involved literally like the last like 3 rounds or like 3 events at CFRC. And then it just blew up and I started like just doing everything about drifting. So
nice.
It's definitely good that we keep drivers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I got a question for you. What's the worst tech experience you've had?
Oh boy.
Yeah, everybody got those.
Today?
No,
No,
throughout the whole,
work.
that just sticks out in your head. Like,
I got one.
Okay.
So this guy shows up. I don't remember who it was. I was off let names back then. So probably 4 or 5 years ago, this guy in a Z31 shows up.
Okay.
Car's just,
Z31.
yeah. Oh man.
Was it gold?
Car's just,
gold?
no, it might've been gold at one point in its life, but it was like brown. So it could have been faded gold, but it was brown.
Okay.
I don't think it was anyone
Keep
around.
going. I may know this is. I may know who this is, but keep going.
It shouldn't be anyone that we know.
Okay, keep going.
But anyways, so battery wasn't bolted down, missing lug nuts, car was rusty. He didn't have the right helmet. He had shorts on, all this other nonsense. But the biggest one, his windshield was like destroyed. And we were very adamant about cracked windshields and stuff like that. His windshield was destroyed. We're like, hey dude, like you can't drive. Like your windshield is just everything cracked. I'm like, we can't allow that. You know, if it gets worse, it breaks, all the safety nonsense that we tell people. We're like, you need to figure something out, or, because per the owner, we don't give usually refunds after you've already come in the gate. And we state that in our tech rules and everything like that. But we'll usually be like, hey, come back next time, we got you. He really wanted to drive. And he comes back around and storms off. And he walks back over where we were hanging out. The tech shed is what we call it. what if I take my windshield out? And we're like, well, how are you going to do that, dude? Like, you know how to take windshield out? I'm like, you're going to smash it and it's going to get glass everywhere and it's going to be a mess. And then we're going to have to clean it up, or we're going to make you clean it up and it's going to take forever, whatever. I was like, how are you going to take it out? I don't know. Walks away, comes back. Like, I don't know, probably 20, 30 minutes later, comes back and he had an enclosed like motorcycle helmet, which we don't allow, but
Right.
whatever. He goes, all right, I got the windshield out. And I go, and we're like, did you make a mess? And where's this glass? Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. I feel like this was at the point that we were getting like 30 to 40 cars. And I was like, show us where your car is. We walk over there. And this guy had put tape all over the windshield, right? Like taped it completely inside and out and kicked it out. He kicks the windshield out.
That's pretty pretty
ingenious,
ingenious. Not too bad.
Mind blown because we told him, we're like, because he came, well, that's what it was. He came back and he goes, what if I don't have a windshield? And that's when we got into the whole taking out. We're like, if we don't, come on here, there we go. If you don't have a windshield, you need, goggles, a visor, like whatever. He's like, I got this motorcycle helmet with a visor. Cool. And sure enough, he taped the whole windshield, kicked it out like all the corners super gently, and then like picked all the glass out of the edges and cleaned it all up, and nothing got on the pits. And I go, that deserves a pass right there. There's not one piece of glass on the ground.
Wow.
And we're like, yeah,
wow,
cool, dude. Keep your helmet on, keep your visor down, and go shred.
Man, we take no for an answer.
No. And I think it was one of those cases where he's like, I drove from like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. I drove this car here. That was another thing. I forgot about that. Went home. I'm like, you got to wear your helmet all the way home. You don't have a windshield.
Yeah,
like you're gonna get pulled over, and like we're not responsible for that. Don't tell them that you kicked your windshield out of the track.
Oh God! Especially driving back at night on like the turnpike or anything like that. The bugs. The love bug season.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
That's all I'm like, dude. Visor down is my signal for visor down when I'm running good.
Yeah.
Visor down, keep going. But yeah, that was probably, other than your normal nonsense, that was probably the craziest one that we're like, oh, okay. Everything else has been normal. My biggest thing that I like to joke around about is that, like, so there's a lot of 350Zs. I hear one going right now.
Literally. I hear them in my sleep.
And it's funny because I have noise canceling AirPods in. So like, and for me to be able to hear that,
you can't cancel that out. You can't.
Exactly. So my biggest thing that I always make fun of, and even to people's faces and everything, because I think it's hilarious, 350Zs come with a battery tie down.
Yeah.
From factory.
And covered.
All gone. All disappeared. Every single, even my roommate bought a 350Z off some random dude in like the Villages that like his son crashed or whatever, but like they like half-ass fixed it. Missing the tie down. Like, where'd it go? It comes with it.
They disintegrate.
So every single, and then another part. So I also work for Injuku Racing as my normal full-time job. So I've looked it up because I looked it up for my roommate. You can get an OEM battery tie down, both nuts, both the J hooks, the long one and the tiny one, and the bracket, brand new OEM Nissan for like $42. But you're gonna go and buy an AutoZone rubber one that barely works for $28 or $30. So that's my biggest thing about tech is the cars that come factory with a tie down and they just disappear. And people try to ratchet strap it and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, there's an AutoZone down the street. Go buy one. Like 15, 20 bucks.
I had a guy one time, we failed him for tech because his battery wasn't tied down. He literally looked me straight in the eye and said, bro, it's heavy. It's not going anywhere. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, you got to tie it down. He's like, bro, man, that battery's heavy. I'm like, we're not going to argue about this.
Yeah.
Just tie it down. Oh, wow.
It sucks. Like, I remember no offense to anyone, but I have common sense, I feel like. So like when I started drifting, I was like, oh my God, I have to pass tech. Everything has to be correct because I didn't want any of those issues. And back when I was still like new to everything, Pat and Tyson were the ones teching my damn car. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to start anything. I don't want to, be,
You don't want to be that
start
guy.
off on the wrong. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy. And it's still to this day, that's something that hasn't changed. But
Yeah.
I make light of it. And I do, there's a couple rules that like we 100% turn people 100% away. And I always feel bad about it. Like convertibles have to have a roll bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny. Oh, that's a funny story about that. We weren't super lenient about that, or we were super lenient about that at first until good old Ben Julian rolled at DeSoto in his
Oh,
Miata.
really? He
Wow,
rolled?
I didn't know that.
What
Yeah.
did he roll?
Ben
his
Julian,
Miata?
there's a video of Ben Julian rolling over in a Miata that was blue, his original blue Miata with a white hardtop.
Oh my God.
wow.
Rolled over at DeSoto on the infield and like clipped the grass, and it was like slow motion and rolled over. Ever since then, we're like absolutely no pass on that after that. And we weren't even, none of us were there. We saw it on the internet and we're like, nope,
Right.
done.
Yeah, you don't want that
Yeah.
to happen at your event.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing that video
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. It's like
scary.
almost in like slow motion.
Yeah, it just
And-
happened. It just
Yep. So
Wow.
we don't, it's a no pass without that. And beauty bars and all this stuff doesn't count. Even for Z's. I mean, it's a newer car, but like we still, you need a minimum 4-point roll bar for any convertible.
Good. Good.
So that's a rule that we don't ever pass on. Fire extinguishers in the vehicles, I make people go buy them all the time. I should buy stock in fire extinguishers, honestly.
Yeah. You probably should.
It just keeps them there.
Should have, just keep them. But yeah, like I'm always like, dude, there's 3 auto parts stores within 2 miles from here. Your typical AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and Advance Auto, all next door to each other. Not joking. On 50.
Right.
I'm like, go buy one. You can't go on track without that. And then pants.
Yeah.
So
I remember one time back in the day I went to OSW and you guys had like this RV/motel that's almost right across the street. I don't know if it's still there. But you know what I'm talking about? Oh man. I just remember that time we
That's
went
long
there.
gone.
Oh, yeah, good thing. I mean, there are chains around the TV. So the reason why I bring that up is when for those people that are watching, do you guys have like an official hotel for OSW for people that are coming for these big events that they could stay, or is it? I mean, there's so much around there now, right?
I mean, honestly, we have like 3 or 4 hotels, maybe 5, closer to where I live. Maybe 10, 15 minutes down the road, your normal Holiday Inn and DoubleTree and stuff like that. And we're in East Orlando technically, so right where UCF is, there's all this stuff there.
Okay.
Most of the time that people come from out of town, out of state, they just camp for our big events.
For the big. Oh, so you do have camping on every big event.
Yeah, Spring Break Bash and Black Friday is a full-on 3-day camping event.
Which
is funny
one is your
how
favorite?
If
you had to go like so Frankenslide, Black Friday,
Frankenside's good.
And Spring Break Bash. Which one would you say is your favorite of those 3? Or can you even
I
pick a favorite?
honestly,
Summer Slide too, right?
We don't do Summer Slide anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. It'd be really fun, and we used to try to do it in the past, but Buffalo water is gross.
Oh.
Like the city water is gross.
Okay.
So like if I'd have like a blow up slide, like we did like so many years ago, like 6 years ago, we did that. And it was just kind of gross, and it's gotten worse. So we kind of skipped out on the whole Summer Slide thing. Because, another thing is the time frame during the summer, it's so hot out here, and all this blacktop that we've paved over the years, we just go night events. We do night events all the time to try to help out a little bit. But if I had to pick a favorite, obviously I love all of them. But the vibes are different at every single event. Surprisingly, even though it's almost copy and paste, Spring Break Bash to Black Friday. Frankenslide's cool, but I want people to make more of an effort. So it's hard to stay motivated, to do a costume contest and everything like that. Last time that we did it, the return of Frankenslide, since we haven't used that name in a while because of what I'm about to say, is everyone kind of got out of it and didn't want to participate. We could put up money, we can put up free entry for 3 events, and people will just not put in the effort. And that's hard to stay motivated with that, you know? But I do like Frankenslide, and I did try to start bringing it back with the return of Frankenslide. We will be doing it again this year because it did kind of we left it alone for a little bit, and then I tried it again, and it kind of worked a little bit. I had pictures of everyone because I did the costume contest. I had like a good 10 to 15, 20 maybe entries. But remember, the driver average being 60, 70, 80, 20 people participating, it doesn't seem like that much.
Right.
If I had to pick a favorite, though, Black Friday. It's just the weather, even if it's cold or hot or whatever, Black Friday brings a lot more people from out of state than Spring Break Bash because normally it's hot here. So yeah, some people are escaping from up north, the weather up there and everything like that. But Black Friday is really, in November when everyone else is snowed in and not have anything to do. We're still partying here. So I think Black Friday would have to be my favorite event. It's just time of year, man. We're right before holidays, right before Thanksgiving. Everyone wants to let loose before they have to spend time with their families for a whole freaking, couple days for Thanksgiving and everything like that. I think that's when like everyone comes out and it's just a good time. I mean, we're all getting older, but there's still a lot of hanging out. No,
it's never going to stop.
Not.
Yeah, no, we started doing this in 2006, and we're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm never gonna stop. As long as I can drive, I'm not gonna stop. I'll be that old man. I don't care. So, oh, you have a question?
Well, no, we're good.
So what I was gonna ask you is, are there how are the plans going for this year? Is there anything that anybody can expect new this year that they haven't seen in past years, or just that tried and true OSW being, that solid rock that it's always been?
So it's hard, man, to like want to try new things because you never know if it's going to flop or not, obviously.
Right.
But everyone's just so used to, okay, this time frame is this event, this time frame is this event, and it's hard to like throw in something new. I have been slowly doing it and trying different things and seeing what sticks. The drift games, we have an event dedicated for drift games. All it is, it's a normal event. But we take like a 2 to 3 hour break, and whoever wants to participate on the drift games participates. We get a little bit of prizes, and Juku gift card or something little, just as an incentive. And people loved it the first time that we did it. And all we did was a standard like table game, like parking lot or whatever. I think I did a passing challenge once with like tandems, like 2 cars, just little stuff like that. And people loved it. So like I stuck with that one. The one I'm still playing around with is the event called Tandemonium. It was supposed to be like a team tandem competition, but we try to stay away from competitions. Then I try to make it like, what is the running thing where like the Indian run or whatever, where like you're in a group of people running.
You have to run from the back to the front.
Yes. Yeah. So I wanted to do something like that. I think actually this might have been Pat's idea, and we like kind of modified it a little bit. I wanted to do something like that to where it's like, whoever messes up out of like a 10-car tandem train is out. And then you keep doing that and doing that and doing that until you have 2 cars left, or maybe 2 teams of 10 and 2 cars left. And then they battle, and that's the team that's the winner. That kind of thing. I ended up changing it to tandem drift games. So it was the parking game, for example, with the table game, tandem. So both cars had to park, one as close to the table and the other one as close to the other car as possible.
Ooh.
And that was fun. Then I had another game for the team tandem, like I called it Tandemonium, but it was just tandem drift games. It was like I bought a ball and they were supposed to try to pass it as many times as they could while drifting. Like the level of driving that has came out, like has changed in OSW is, I'm like, oh, they should be able to do it. But it was, I guess, way harder than it looked.
Right.
Obviously. I mean, 350Z windows are this big, so that doesn't help. But I did that. And then I did a passing, like a Naoki style passing challenge. Okay. So it was those 3 games. Everyone loved that. So, I always try to incorporate something like that. A new big one is my personal favorite. I'm going to be trying to host a JZX meet. Here. Really? So it's going to be a regular drift event with a special area in the pits for only JZX. And because I'm real big into that scene. I mean, I got mine about 2 years ago. And so that's something new for this year that I might like I said, I don't like to exclude people. So I literally am going to do a regular drift event. And if you happen to show up in a JZX, and I have it all on the JZX pages or whatever, we'll have a special area. Right. And then once it gets closer, my thought was to kind of judge how many JZXs are coming with how many are actually going to drift or just park. Right. And if we have enough interest, then I'll have like a JZX only drift session in the middle of the day, to where like for like an hour straight, it's just JZX. It's kind of like, you know, a little Japan vibe. Like, and I'm hoping if that blows up, you know, it does pretty well this year. Next year, I will try to turn it into a JZX only day. Like you have to be in a JZX or I guess GX as well, chassis to even get through the gate kind of thing. Oh, wow. And then turn it into, you know, maybe an SR20 event or, you know, dang America V8 only event kind of thing.
It's insane that you can even do that. You have that many cars that you can even think about having an event with only one style of car. Because back in the day, you just, like you said, 20, 30 drivers, 40 drivers. You're like, wow, this is great. You didn't care what, but now you can actually, you got so many drivers that are coming to OSW that you can actually plan an event where they're just drifting one type of car. That's insane.
Yeah.
Potentially. I mean, I'm going to try it out with the JZX stuff is a little like niche because they are getting expensive. But I mean, there's probably 15 or 20 just in Florida alone that are already down to come out. I mean, there's another, there's my JZX is here. My buddy's JZX 90 is here that he's a vendor at the event. And then there's a JZX 110 Verosa here. Right. Like, okay. There you go. For spring break crash. So like, it's crazy that something like that can happen. So yeah,
even be a thought like, you know that there's enough out there that you can actually even plan for something, right? And that it can actually be a thing. It's not like, oh, there's only one in Florida, you know, or
yeah. So, cool. I mean, you know, potentially I could turn it into like a JZ event.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that could be a thing, you know, 240 swap JZs, you know, or JZ swap 240s. But yeah, like maybe it could be that or an SR21, which those are actually rare.
JZ Fest.
Yeah.
Have JZ come and do a concert.
Yeah, that would be
great. You know, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely, going back to sort of the original question. It's hard to come up with new things when you have a formula that works.
Right. Right. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly. For me personally, I do get a little bit bored of it, and that's why I try to put effort into trying new things. And if they flop, they flop. I even tell the owner, I said, hey, I'm going to do this. It might work, it might not. I'm apologizing in advance if, you know, not that many people show up. But he does give me a lot of freedom with, I mean, it sucks. I have to do everything myself, but a lot of freedom with events, ideas, you know, everything like that. He's just like, do whatever you want. Let me know if it worked or not, or I'll tell you by the numbers and we'll go from there. So
good.
It's good. It's good to try something different every once in a while, or just elaborate on the current events, you know.
What do you think has really caused the increase for drivers in your guys' area? I mean, we've increased down here, but what do you think caused the massive influx?
I'm going to be 100% honest.
Yeah.
Adam LZ.
Adam LZ.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Adam LZ's very first drift event was at OSW when we had 20 something cars, an event. When he moved down here, Taylor Ray kind of took him under his wing because Taylor Ray was working at BC. Adam was already sponsored by BC because he was already pretty big on YouTube from the BMX and the BMW that he had and everything like that. He started showing up and he was he attended a learner's day. There's a video of me in the car with him, instructing him at OSW. I think because he just showed like, hey, this is now my home track. Look how it's ran. It's, you know, I'm here and everything like that. And then people that grew with him, with his channel, got into drifting. And they just like, oh man, Adam LZ's in Orlando. He goes to OSW. Just comes. I'm going to tell you right now, Adam, I don't charge him to come in. Like, he can bring his entourage or whatever, you know, Mike, his filmer, you know, Colette, whatever. I'm like, yo, just come on, because we can't ever thank him enough. I honestly think that without him, we'd still, we might have grown, but I still think we would have been in, 20, 30, 40 car area. Because that's about when he came around. It was, we felt like we were doing good, and I feel like he blew it up. He could say no all he wants or whatever, but it's 100% the case.
Yeah, I think Pat said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Pat was saying the same thing as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's insane. I mean, his reach, and then the fact that he can influence so many people, even local, and then people just they finally were able to see the vibe that OSW gives off.
Yeah.
So he was able to publicize that. Before, you won't know until you came here, and it's very intimidating at first. When I first went to CFRC, after CFRC was that established, I would go as a spectator and everything like that. I was still in high school. I would go as a spectator and everything like that. And I'm like, oh my God, for me to show up here with a car, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying. But with him being able to show off, I think he might have had 5, 6, 7, 800,000 subscribers by then. For him to be able to show off to that many people that it's okay to come to OSW, to go to your local track, not just OSW. I'm sure, he motivated a lot of people to go to their local track and start drifting. But for OSW specifically, he was able to shed light into, man, it's not that intimidating to go to OSW and start learning, which is why I'm very, very, very adamant about being extra nice and helpful to all the new guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you never know. I've had people that, so Ryan Acevedo.
Right.
Ryan Acevedo's very first ever drift event was Spring Break Bash 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Very first drift event, he was able to buy a ticket, show up, and drive with everyone else at one of the biggest events of the year. And he comes every year. He's never missed, specifically Spring Break Bash. He's never missed it because this was his first event. And I'm sure he was one of the ones that saw, YouTube videos and everything like that, and was like, I want to try that. They go to OSW. He showed up. He loved the atmosphere. He knew what to expect. Comes here ever since. He's here now.
Yeah, no, I like Ryan. I love catching up with Ryan every time we go to Clutch Kickers, which is one of the cool things that when we get to go up there and meet all these drivers. And like I said, the last 2 or 3 years, and you guys have played a major role in this. And like you said, Adam LZ has a lot to do with the growth of it. But the drift scene in Florida, I mean, you've been around long enough to know that Florida didn't have the best drifting, or best reputation in the drift world, right? And Florida fails and all this other crap that people used to say. But we always had great talent down here, so it's good. It's good to finally see what you guys have accomplished, right, and how it's influenced the rest of the state. We have a lot of drift events now, right? Not just OSW. We have just events popping up. We got Clutch Kickers, and US Drift Circuit is doing stuff, kind of down here close. So West Palm Beach.
Yeah, and then Cletus doing his little drift days and stuff like that. That definitely helps for the Tampa people. And that Tampa, Bradenton, even Lakeland sometime, pulling people from there. I'm all for it. I'm friends with, everyone in Florida involved in drifting. I'm not against anyone. I definitely want to see everyone grow because there's a drift event every weekend, pretty much.
Right.
Not only with the rentals here, but there'll be a drift event down south. There'll be a drift event here.
Yep.
There'll be,
no, it's okay.
Yeah, there'll be a drift event, everywhere, like every weekend in Florida. And it's sick because like you were saying about the skill and everything is we get to drive all year.
Right.
Like, I mean, a Florida team won final bout 2 years ago or whatever. Oh my God.
Well, you're a busy man. We don't want to keep you too much
Adam
longer.
LZ, no, you're good. Adam LZ, came from here. He's been shredding. Taylor Ray, Ben Julian, Ryan's been shredding, in a very short amount of time. Matt the Ginge, all those people, they get to just drive. Yeah, their cars might not be super hot boy and cool and everything like that, but they get to drive and they have fun every single event, massive amounts of seat times, and then just can obviously simulators and stuff help too. But the fact that you can come here and turn, 100 laps in a normal drift event, is insane.
Yeah.
especially with the skid pad, because it goes back to the whole tire wear.
Right.
I mean, I know my car, when I was actively drifting it more, I could do 15, 20, 30 laps on one set of tires.
Right.
Like Ken does, or even I run Nankangs most of the time because they're cheap, but last forever. So we just seat time. We try to produce drivers. You know, we get the learners days to give back to the community and help them advance. Because that's another big thing about people being intimidated is, oh, I don't want to spin out in front of everyone. I'm going to be on grid yelling at you to do better and trying to give you tips at any event or a learner's day. So because that's what keeps people coming back. And I think that's the biggest thing that OSW as a whole has, that Pat and Tyson and I have helped build, is driver retention. They come back.
Right.
They come back because of the vibe, the seat time, you know, the hangs, like all that stuff. And I think that's what's helping it grow and continue to grow.
Right. Well, I don't want to keep you. I know you're running an event, and we have some other stuff we're going to be talking about. Do you guys have any other questions for him before we let him get back to work?
Well, I had a quick question in regards to his JZX.
Oh.
We don't really get to hear
Ben's the
much
Toyota
about
guy.
it.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a vested interest in all things Toyota, and I just was really curious about his chariot of choice. So I would like to know a little bit more about it. If you will indulge me, please.
Well, I mean, what about it? It's a it's a Toyota.
All you need to say.
Enough said. Enough said.
No, that thing, I've always liked them. I tried to replicate it by getting an R32 sedan Skyline. Didn't work. They're very small still. It's just a 4-door 240. But I've always liked them. Obviously, Toyota reliability. They make cool noises. They're very spacious. Like very, very spacious. Like so wise. Like you know the joke about like, you know, like cop cars and like Grand Marquis and stuff having like a giant trunk and fitting bodies in it or whatever. It's the same thing for the JZX. It's sick. Like it's just a comfortable car in general. And my whole theory behind it was like, I'm real into like the whole, not necessarily JDM, like real Japanese, like street drifting, but the fact that you can drive your drift car on the street. You can go to a drift event, rip on the car all day, and then drive it to the movies that night or something like that, you know? So because it's such a comfortable, spacious, reliable car. Now owning one, parts are hard to get. They're expensive. I have to order stuff from Japan, like legitimately from Japan. I waited 8 months for some Project Mu rotors that have never been brought into the US.
That's some money right there. Project Move.
Yeah. So like little stuff like that, because I can go and try to, you know, make some parts from this and this and this car and this van. Like rear brake pads are specific to JZX 90 and 100. Like they're specific, but people are like, oh, you can use this Toyota Sequoia pad with like a Toyota Corolla inner shoe and all this stuff. And I go, nah, dude, I'm just going to buy the stuff from Japan and be done with it. But then you're waiting forever. So my biggest thing, I mean, it's stock. It's not stock, but like it's got coilovers, a diff. It's got a Cusco 1.5 way LSD.
Nice.
Silver's coilovers, wheels, gram lights. It's got a TF Works twin intake kit. It's a factory manual Tourer V, so it's got the R154 in it, full exhaust, and then just exterior stuff, some reclinable like old school bride seats. I'm very like period correct thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Blitz strut bar in the rear, some other no name one in the front, aftermarket sway bars. Other than that though, it's stock. Like I have parts for it, but like it goes back to what you said. What if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
It starts up every single time. It gets okay gas mileage. It makes really cool noises. AC, power windows. I lost my power folding mirrors by putting Ganadors on it, but yeah, like it had power folding mirrors, and it's a 93. Like I always make fun of my dad's like into like newer BMWs. He has like a 2017 or 18 like M4 right now. He's like, my car's got a backup camera and power folding this and that. And I go, so does my 93 Toyota. So like, it's funny, but I mean, it's It's cool. It's literally what I've wanted to build, is like a JDM drift car that you can drive comfortably on the street and have all the amenities, the AC, the power, everything, comfortable seats, still take it out on date night with the girlfriend, but then go and shred on track. So that was my point behind it. I try not to like mess with it, to mess its reliability up. It has 103,000 kilometers on it, original. So like 60-something thousand miles. I bought it with 87,000 kilometers about 2 years ago. So it's just, you know, Toyota reliability, and I think it looks cool.
No, it does.
No, they're awesome.
One real quick question about that car, because I don't know if you mentioned it. Well, you already said it's a 93, so it's a JZX 90. Yeah. Is it a Chaser, Mark II, Cresta?
So it's a JZX 90 it's a Toyota Mark II JZX 90 chassis. So it's Mark II. The Chaser and the Cresta are what kind of looks similar in the JZX 90, but like if you start to pay attention a little bit, the Mark II is like the most different out of all of them. The headlights are different. The taillights are way different. They're all one solid like light bar looking S thing.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. Got some stuff going on.
All right, well, so let's just do this. Let's just go ahead and tell everybody where they could find you, and anything else you want to say at the end. Go ahead, sign off.
Yeah, for sure. So all of our socials are just OSW Drift. We do have a website that we just keep the tech rules on to reference, and that's just oswdrift.jp.
Okay.
So I was able to squeeze in a little .jp website there, but so oswdrift.jp on our normal website, and then just OSW Drift on Instagram and Facebook. I run all that stuff personally. So, you know, I answer everyone's questions as quickly as I can, make a bunch of posts and everything like that. That's all literally me. So if you guys ever have any other questions or anything like that, you message the OSW Drift Facebook or the Instagram, and that's me typing on my phone. We're here, obviously, Spring Break Bash 2022. Our schedule is posted on Instagram and Facebook and everything like that, our yearly schedule. So it's going to be a good time, going to be hopefully a good rest of the year, and come out and shred. I mean, seat time.
Good deal.
So
Ben,
I appreciate you guys having us out as well.
Oh, no, I appreciate you even sessions. I was like, did he contact us? Or like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, that's great. So, but you'll see Ben tomorrow. Ben's gonna come up there. He's got to do some interviews for
taking my speedos.
So hey, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy, and it's great to have you, and it's a great thing that you guys are doing. So we look forward to just watching you guys just keep blowing up, man.
Sounds good. We really appreciate it, and I'm hoping we can get some more stuff going. You know, maybe have you guys out for Black Friday or something like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, and I was like, after we hung up, I was gonna think maybe we can live stream Black Friday this year.
Let's see,
and we can just go around, and that would be pretty sick. Yeah.
All
right. Well,
we can work something out. Yeah, we'll talk.
All right, sounds good, man.
Okay, cool.
All right, man. Thank you guys. See ya.
All right, bye. Yeah, I was actually thinking that. Like, I was like, maybe we go Black Friday's far enough. We could plan ahead. Maybe we go out there, do a live stream, and just interview all the drivers. It's not so much. It's not like a competition, so we're worried about like top 16 and all this other stuff. But just have people come on and just have a good fun.
Just have good time, have fun.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
Good job, likes good times.
Yeah,
good times, right?
Yeah, I got you like bad times here, gentlemen. So
just the audio.
Yeah, I have to make adjustments.
Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. Okay.
So what do you think? What do you think about Tommy? I never really got I've met him before, but I never really get to we go to these events, we don't really get to interact with people.
I've seen him around, but I'd never really talked to him. But it's great that we were able to.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that he worked. He was on Pat's team. I remember that. I remember seeing that back in the day. So yeah, I know he ran OSW, but it's kind of cool to see the background that you don't really know of somebody.
Yeah,
interesting.
And what's interesting too is that how he mentioned the role, and we kind of know this, and I think most people in the drift community that have been around for a while know this. The role that Adam LZ, Taylor Ray, Ben Julian as well, right. But it's just the role that they have played in the notoriety that Florida's been getting lately.
Well, even at Fuel Fest, all these kids were talking about Adam. Oh, I got to see Adam. I got to talk to Adam. I got to get a picture with Adam. I mean, he is like the poster boy for drifting right now.
which is
We
great.
didn't have that. We
No.
really wouldn't have any.
But it's just
Nobody wouldn't really. I mean, yeah, drifting's nice, but it's that celebrity that adds that level to it.
And but
that
it blows
makes
my mind because it's not like, okay, you have like Von Gittin Jr. and you have his other
Right.
things.
No, people
but,
would walk right by them.
but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that
crazy.
blows. It's still it's crazy how
Yeah.
you could take one person, right, and they can have that notoriety, and they could bring so much to something that you think, okay, right, like even if say you had like a celebrity come out, I don't know, like Paul Walker or someone when he was around, when he was live, came out to a drift event, or his brother comes out to a drift event, it still doesn't bring the clout because what Adam LZ is not just showing up for an
he's a
event to
drifter.
say hello.
Yeah.
He is a drifter.
Yeah, he's a
He's
driver.
living the life. He's doing something, and he loves it because you see how well he's sticking to it,
Yeah.
right, and how he's progressing.
Oh man.
But
Very
he's not.
quickly.
You're right. He's not just coming in and just trying to. People are coming to watch him. No, he's living.
No,
that
he's doing
life.
everything he can to make drifting his career. I mean, he bought a drift park
Right, he's
company.
passionate about it.
He made a drift rental company
Right.
with Duarte.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's running events now. He's
Right.
throwing an event up in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
English
threw
town, yeah.
an event at OSW.
yeah.
So he's creating these like large social events where like they're all YouTubers or like that same kind of influencer
It
type
brings
thing.
new fans.
Yeah.
So that's even gonna. He's combining influencers that are not normally drifters,
Right.
but they do drift. He's combining them, and he's getting more people to get involved with drifting.
Right. At Fuel Fest, there was a lot of people I've heard that were saying they've never seen drifting live before,
Yeah,
Right.
and they were seeing it the first time at Fuel Fest.
Yep.
And that's something that Adam LZ, whether he knows it or not, I'm sure he's got to know it. I'm sure
Yeah.
he's humble about
two
it. but
kids behind me, they're like, "Well, what do you think's the best thing about this?" I think the drifting. The drifting's the best thing about it.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
like that was the first time they ever seen drifting, and they never rode in a car. And they wanted to get one of the passes to be able to ride in the car. I'm just listening to this. I'm like, wow, this is so crazy.
Right.
You
'Cause
know,
we've been doing it for so
We've
long.
been doing it for so long. And it's like it's
I'm
not.
jaded a little bit. Not
not
totally,
jaded.
but a little bit.
You talk about yourself, man.
It's how I'm saying, like we've seen it.
You're
for
jaded
so
because you
long.
sold your truck.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Wow.
you sold
Truck
your
is sold.
Yeah, how can you say you're jaded? You speak for yourself. I'm not jaded. I love it just as much now,
No,
if not
I
more than I
still
first
love
started.
it, but
I
it's-
no, I think you hate it. You hate drifting.
You hate drifting.
You
Okay,
hate drifting.
I hate drifting, guys. I'm not gonna talk
Oh,
about it.
well, rage.
Anyway, I was like, thought he was really leaving.
He's gonna rage quit
I
again.
was like, wow, rage quit.
Okay.
Anyway.
We're not jaded,
It's
No.
not.
but it doesn't. Well,
But-
I don't know. I still, when we go to an event and the cars start hitting the track,
Yeah, it's
I
great.
have the same feeling as I did when I first started getting into it. I really do.
I think I got used to it. Like it's like okay, and like, but I'm still entertained by it. I'm still, you know.
Are you
not
even
entertained? Have I not entertained you? Sorry, go
But
ahead.
it's like, you know, I've been around it so long.
You
it's
have
like
been
I-
around
like
the buffet.
Jesus. Wow.
You can walk into these things. You give me the ammunition.
Oh man.
I have the gun. You hand me the bullets. Stop it. I understand what you're saying, though. You've seen it, kind of been there, done that, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have the same impact. But for me, it actually does. You know, when you talk about going to a top fuel drag racing and how you're like, oh, you got to be there, and you give me all this.
Yeah, but
I
I
still
go
get
like
the-
You
I
lick
go-
the dirt and the
But you go
ground.
once in a
and-
while.
I go once every 5 years
Right.
to that. This is like, you know, I'm more into drifting than anything else.
Wait,
Right.
are you saying it takes 5 years for it to be good?
No, what he's saying
No.
is it's since he doesn't see it that often, the impact is greater on him.
Yeah.
Like he has
But
a
I s-
Oh,
but I
okay, I
still-
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still enjoy drifting more. It's just that I've been around so long. It's not like it doesn't hit me as hard. It's more like I go and I watch people drive and it's fun. You know,
it's like this. Noel walks in, cars start drifting. He goes, "That's cool," and walks around. Right, pretty much.
yeah.
You
And I
enjoy
talk.
it?
I talk to the people, and it's just, you know, it's more. It's very familiar to me, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, unlike a woman, but yeah.
Okay.
Hey, he's having a rough night. All
Yeah,
right.
I gotta stop. No, he's actually doing it. He's saving gas. He's got a Corolla. He's back in a Toyota. He's happy.
There we
You
go.
know, I mean, he had it. I mean, everything that we talked about before. I think he made the right decision. I just I was just like, you know,
he liked the truck.
No, we didn't.
no, I like the truck. I did like the
Yeah.
truck. I did like the truck.
Oh, I like the truck too. It was comfortable, but man, that was about it with that thing. because-
Yeah, I get it. Gas prices are through the roof, and who knows?
Yeah, and I
What's
was
gonna
I
happen?
was
You should have
using,
bought an EV.
No, that's too much.
The hell, man.
I'm against that.
Yeah.
I'm
You
against
save
EVs.
gas miles. I mean, gas.
He just doesn't have a place to charge it, so that's probably why he's really against it.
Just tow a generator.
No. Gotta use gas, right? Hey, that's one
But
way.
it's better gas mileage.
Yeah. I would like. Yeah, I would do an EV if I still had to use gas somehow. That's great.
What are your EV towing? A gigantic generator.
A Generac.
Still
Oh,
internal
man.
combustion. Awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what topics
probably
do we
gonna
have
come
today?
in
What
diesel.
topics
Boy.
do we have today? What do we
Well,
have?
I mean, I was trying to find the video of Ben Julian rolling over because that had me very curious.
It's
Noel's seen it somewhere. I don't know
Yeah,
where.
It's been wiped
but-
off the internet.
Really, you
I
think
don't know,
so?
Maybe.
But
It was in Bradenton. It was.
I don't know where, but I did. I forgot to have this queued up. My apologies.
That's right.
Apologies.
Steal some of this
Stromboli.
stromboli. Put some meat and cheese in my mouth.
Oh boy.
Well,
But no, like, what's your experience? Tell us right fast. What's your experience
Yeah,
so
stop
far with
texting.
the Corolla IM? Or what's your actually? What did you settle on? Is it a Zion? Is it a Toyota?
it's a Toyota.
Is it an IM or is it a Corolla?
It's a Corolla.
yeah.
IM.
Wait. Hold on. Yeah. What's up with that? Why is it called an IM?
It's a Corolla IM.
But
Bec-
what the freaking hell is
Okay,
that?
because for the first couple of
Give him
years,
a history.
It's a
lesson.
Scion, basically.
it was a Scion IM, and then when Toyota stopped Scion and it transferred over
They
to being
called it a Corolla.
a Corolla IM.
So it really is a Scion.
Yeah,
Or-
but
or-
if you
or
look at
Scion
everything,
was
it's
really a Toyota. One of
yeah,
So it's not really a Corolla then.
it is a Corolla. Look, it has
No, it's
Corolla
not.
parts all over it. Like the whole front end is a Corolla.
So why? What the hell is it? Oh, an IM is like it's because it's like a wagon / hatch type deal.
Yeah,
That's what makes it what
it's
IM.
a 5-door wagon or hatch.
So it's
my
like
bad.
it's like a Protege 3. It's like a
Yeah, it's
Mazda
like
3.
Protege
the
5,
five.
Or 5, yeah,
Yeah.
5, yeah, Protege 5, whatever the hell it was.
Well, the Protege 5 was more of a station wagon.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
what you got.
I'm-
You got a station wagon.
Yeah, not my first station wagon, so I love station wagons. I think they're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you doing with your wagon?
Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
It's none of your business,
yeah,
pal.
Exactly.
You're in business? What kind of business are you in?
All right, you got something for us, Ben?
I got something for you guys. I'm
Roll
just
the
waiting
tape.
for you to finish, but
No, go.
just finish up because I got to finish setting up. Look
Oh,
away from the
frick.
TV,
Oh,
gentlemen.
what?
Look
Okay.
away from the TV because I really want to just surprise you all with this. You're looking. I saw you, Tim. You look.
You just wanted to know, like a little
I'm
bit.
looking.
I don't even know what it is, so okay.
Oh, God. What the frick?
Sorry,
Damn.
I was holding that in.
That was definitely not what I expected, but
Oh,
woo-wee! All
I
right.
got gas for sure.
Oh,
Gas
okay.
prices are going way up over here.
You got to harness
Oh.
that. You got to. Oh, God.
It's bad.
Is it bad?
It's
Oh,
bad.
man. That's not
I
cool.
think I accidentally waved some of the
Well, yeah.
impact.
Oh, God. You sucked it towards you?
Oh boy.
I apologize. Are we ready? Ready? I want to look.
Come on, man.
Okay, here we we
Okay. Michelle Rodriguez.
Everybody's here. Okay,
Mhm.
ready?
Yeah.
We're hitting play.
Can't hear it.
There's no audio. I don't want to.
Oh, what the
I mean, I
frickin'
haven't
hell?
really reviewed it, but
The-
just watch. I came across this video,
Oh, okay.
and wow, I'm getting a whiff of it now. Oh boy,
hell?
does this place look familiar to you guys?
That's
Yes,
County
it
Line.
does. That's
That's
County Line.
county line.
The frack, man. Why are they at County Line?
Yep.
Because they paid to do a video there.
And that car came out after 2014, so yeah, that's recent.
Okay, so look at all the pylons they have. Look at all the K rails.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's
at
with all the
County Line?
K-rails?
The hell, man.
That's the drag strip right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the K rails came from. They took all the K rails off the drag strip. And kept them.
Oh.
But it looks like they.
Oh, wow. They completely took the drag strip down.
Oh wow.
I bet you can get in there, man.
When was this filmed?
This was put up.
Look, he's coming off the skid pad.
He is. Oh, suck.
The frick?
Yeah, this was put up a couple of days ago.
Yeah, this
This
just
was
happened.
Posted not too long ago.
Yeah, a lot of the cars are very modern, so
Oh, look at me. I can't drive my car correctly.
Look at I can drive.
Oh, I can hit all the cones.
Look at
I'm
Ferrari.
hitting all the
Look at
cones.
Ferrari. Hey, we get the cheap car. Cheap
frick?
shit. Oh,
Oh,
I
God,
got
man,
the
that's
beat
Hey,
Paul-
right
hey,
now.
pause there. Paul was there. Look
See,
at
I was
that.
there.
Oh man.
Good Lord, that
Yeah.
freaking truck is leaving him.
it's a TRX. It has to be.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you guys basically get the point.
Yeah. So how'd you run into that?
I'd rather not say.
Okay. Secret espionage.
Fast and Furious in Miami.
Fast and Furious in
Okay.
Miami.
So
Was there any like a purpose to this video,
No,
or
but
there
no,
was just
that is how
No.
did they put this video up on YouTube with clips from with Michelle Rodriguez and stuff and not get it taken down?
That's a good question. I don't know.
supercars, sports cars, loud sounds, drag racing, acceleration, Fast and Furious in Miami?
what's
Who is this guy?
what's the description?
That's it. Oh,
No,
well,
that's
show
the
more.
title.
Okay.
Oh, there we
you
go.
Hang on.
Hey everyone, in my channel, blah 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 blah. We gotta let's message this guy.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
No, let's mess. Yes,
Why?
What's the guy's name?
yes,
Mike.
Ask him how he
Supercar
did
Top
it.
Speed.
yes. Hey, go to the comments.
That's not Mike from Mike's Turbo, is it?
No comments. Click the comments.
I'm going.
There's only 7 comments, so it
No,
was
we-
only a couple days
Where are
ago.
the comments?
There it is.
Oh,
Say what the hell are you doing on our track? Get off our track. And how'd you get in?
they had to
Maybe-
rent it out.
More preferably, how did you get in?
Because
That's not cool, man. Why can't we like run an event? If they can practically run an
Are you
event.
showing us this because this is a precursor of things to come? or
No,
something?
it's not a
No?
precursor of things to come. I actually got word of this, and then I went through a series of emotions very reminiscent to what Paul's going through right now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, let me share it with the guys and see how they react. And
It's not cool, man. Why can't we just throw an event?
I don't know.
I said we rent it.
How did they?
They rented it. We got to reach out to the guy.
The thing is, you have to rent it. It have to be a private day.
So what?
I'm just
I
saying.
don't care. Doesn't look like it was very private there. There was a lot of.
Well, but there wasn't a lot of spectators. You only
Oh,
saw
so-
some. Well, you saw like 2-3 people in the background.
Oh, no, there was a lot.
there were a lot of people there.
Really?
Well, let me. Well, fine. Okay, we'll
Okay, go back to the video.
We'll go back.
Go back to the tape.
I mean, so we'll define a lot. 20 people, 1,000 people.
No, it wasn't 1,000 people. Come
I'm
on.
gonna have to scroll to figure this out.
But it
Hang
seems
on.
like what? How many cars do you think were there? Maybe
There's a lot of cars there.
Yeah, like 20 cars maybe.
more than that.
You think more? So that's already more than 20 people.
Let's see. There's a part where you actually get a sense of. I think it's like towards.
Truck rips.
Yeah, that truck is freaking nasty.
Okay, so there's 6 people, 7 to 8 people.
No, there's like, you know,
You
there's
see,
a
look
whole-
at that.
look
Look
at
at
it.
all of that back there.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of cars back there. What
Like
the
for
stupid
ACR?
slalom
So
course where they
ran an
can't?
event.
Let's run an event, guys. Come on.
We only need 15 cars.
Yeah, come on. Let's do it. Let's say we're gonna film
A video.
film a video for drift sessions, and we'll just run an event,
But just a private day.
just a private day. All
You see, we're like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
yeah, no, come on, let's do it.
They have no K rails. So
No,
don't
it's
have to
nothing. We can
rent
just have fun
private day.
and just say we're filming. We're an exotic car club.
Yeah, no, Corolla's exotic.
It is,
They don't- it's not for sale anymore, so it's exotic.
Look at how many cars. Yeah, there's a lot of cars.
Yeah, and there's more back there.
There's guys with seats and stuff and just sitting there.
How
like-
did they do that?
So, I mean, you guys get a sense.
I mean, they set up cones and everything.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
kind of depressing.
yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry, gentlemen, to make you go through that.
Trailer's gone. Everything's clean though. Like we won't have to worry about the K rails. We
No, we could just freaking slide like hell.
Actually, we could probably use the area where they had the bleachers.
Yeah,
Just another-
yeah, we can. We
Yep.
could do like a figure eight. Oh man, it'd
We
be,
can come in from the
we
drag
gotta
strip.
do it, man.
We
We
can
can
come
come
from
in from
this-
the drag strip. We can come in from everywhere. We can attack it from all sides. Oh, come on, man.
Looks like I have some
Well, I mean,
gears.
I'll just throw it to Chris because I don't want to deal with it.
Deal with what?
Trying to get insurance or who to contact.
You don't
me.
need insurance.
They had to have insurance.
No,
Yeah, you have to have some
no insurance.
So?
No, ask that guy. Email him. Message him.
I don't know
Anyway,
his
so
email.
we-
Get
we're-
it slide in his DMs.
Get all in that DM.
Paul just wants private track time, just like
Yeah.
they did.
Well, no,
I just want to slide on the track. On that one, that's 20 minutes away.
yeah.
Oh, well, I don't blame you.
We can do private days once a month.
Yeah, think about it.
OSW
Think-
does it.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, but would you be willing to
Well, no-
go to? I mean, because you just said it right now. You don't want to.
You don't need to do anything.
Hang on,
100%.
Paul. Hang on, Paul.
You don't need to do anything.
I understand that, but
Well,
Tim just saying he
filming videos.
he did it.
We're nature. We're
We
nature.
get 20 people to split the insurance
Yeah.
cost.
That's it. And the well,
and whatever they charge to.
Whatever the hell they charge.
We have to figure out.
But
how
we
much they
say
charge.
we're
shooting
filming,
a video.
We're filming
music
a
video.
A music video.
And
No,
me and
not
Noel
a
will
mu-
do a rap song together.
Oh wow, this is gonna be bad. But
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with some lyrics. And we're gonna.
I already have a song.
You think like
Oh.
they don't
Yeah, I
audit
already have
you?
a song.
Oh, there's already a song made.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a throwback to the #1 Drifter song
Number
by
one
Emil
Drifter.
Garcia
Oh.
and Christopher Larea,
Oh, really?
who
so we got to fly them
wrote
down.
and produced that. Well, no, we don't necessarily have to, but
I
I
thought
mean,
you-
no, Emil's down here already,
Oh,
so we just got to worry about Chris,
okay. So we get Chris down here, if
and then we
can-
got to get Kevin Phillips.
I bet you Chris he's got to have a country accent by now.
Where's Chris?
He's up, isn't he? In like
Probably yes, Kentucky.
yeah, Kentucky.
He is
Yeah, Kentucky.
Yeah, he doesn't say
Christopher
Don-
Garcia.
No,
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 Chris-
no,
no.
With the MR2
Guy, bro, it's Guy.
Oh, Guy.
Guy,
Oh,
Guy. Hey, Guy.
Yeah,
I bet you he doesn't say Dolly anymore.
Well, No has a thought.
Yeah.
Express yourself, No.
No, he does. He definitely says Dallas still.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time I talked to him?
It's actually been a couple of months since I've talked to him.
Oh, okay. So
But
you're
still-
out of date.
Uh,
Maybe. Anyways, so
that's not gonna go away from
interesting.
him.
Wait, but No had something to say, right?
No.
You had another song in mind?
No. I thought there was another song, but no, you're right. It was that one. I started playing it in my head, and it was that one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we got the song. We
Yeah,
need
the
the music
song.
video, and we just need some drift cars. 20.
We
to
need the
make sure-
wings.
20.
We need the wings
We need wings
for
Nice.
the Noli.
For
Yeah.
Nolan, yep.
Because
Maybe we get Miami Girls to sponsor the event.
You mean Sports Bro?
That place.
Yeah.
It'll just be you on a table
Yeah,
eating a
you'll be-
pile of
and
wings.
They'll be wrapped behind you, just keep eating wings.
A
and while
pile
cars
of wings. and a
drifting
car-
around you at the same
It's
time.
just like a pile of wings, though. It's like
Yeah,
100
you gotta
wings.
have like 100
It's like this. It's on top of a table. It's just not. There's no plates.
And then like
It's just-
somebody tries to get one, and I like slap their hand away.
Yeah.
Like, and
yeah.
I'm still like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be.
And then like you just throw the bones at the cars drifting by. It'd be great.
Oh my God! You won't believe this.
Oh.
We're getting sued.
what?
Okay, listen. to
Can you
that.
talk about this?
This is nobody's watching anyways. But my company's getting sued because our guys, where they eat their they were on a job site and where they eat their lunch, and they're eating chicken and they're throwing bones out after they finish eating chicken, and somebody came with a dog and walked their dog, and the dog ate the bone and choked on it and almost died. So that guy's suing us for throwing bones on the floor, chicken bones on the floor.
What
Wow.
lawyer? See,
boy.
lawyers ruin society.
Yeah.
Right. The lawyer that took that
I
case.
just heard chicken bones, and I'm like, oh,
I'm
that's
just
fresh on
saying,
the
the
burger.
lawyers that take those cases are the ones that are responsible for high insurance and us not having fun on the streets.
Yep,
Anyways.
no drifting.
All
Okay,
right.
you got next.
What's the
thing?
next? What's the next topic?
You just
I
threw
was-
me
I
off.
was trying to
You just
keep-
threw me off with the
I
lawsuit.
was trying to give you some
I was
time. and
like,
you-
what's going on here?
yeah, I thought
like-
it was hilarious. It's like, are you saying we're being sued because some guy's dog ate a chicken bone that our guys had for lunch when they tossed it out after they're done sucking the chicken off of it?
I guess.
Serious?
I don't know. My dog, she took a whole pack of chicken out of the.
She ate a
freaking
whole
sink.
turkey.
She ate. Well, no, she didn't eat the whole turkey, but she pulled it out of the sink. Anyways, I don't know.
Wow.
My dog's from the streets, though.
Yeah,
she grew up
watch
on-
out.
Oh.
Any case, so let's go ahead and prep for another installment of.
It's time for another rendition of No, the Car Fairy. Haha, that's cool.
Love it. Love that.
This
We need
is
a
our
little jingle.
recurring segment where Noah Garcia gives off his expert advice. We're going to display a couple of vehicles
There
for you guys to see and Noel to review, and he's going to tell you whether it's worth it or not.
Yes.
Is it a
Expert
Corolla IM?
advice from a guy that drives a front-wheel drive car.
Don't hate now, all right?
Hated it. Good. I picked these cars. I handpicked these out. I tried to keep the budget around
Oh.
10,000.
There we go.
All right, but I think
There's
I
one that's way lower.
Hold on, but I think at this point, considering what transpired with his daily vehicle swap,
Yeah.
this may shed a couple of tears for him because maybe he's gonna feel like, oh, maybe I should have gone with this instead of what I ended up with.
Well,
Nah.
we'll see. No, he's
Who
looking
knows?
for
We'll
gas
see.
savings. Okay, so,
We will see.
Yep.
In any case, let's go ahead and start things off with this one of a kind, beautiful
Can you make it bigger?
2007
That's what she said.
Ford Mustang. Now, no, right away, is the resident expert of all things Mustangs.
Yep.
So we're going to get top tier advice.
Mhm.
No, take it away.
All right, so this is our first car that we see today. It's a 2007 Mustang with 94,000 miles. It's a GT.
I think we can read.
So,
Let's give your expert advice.
Let him go. I want to let him talk
oh,
about.
I didn't know it was your
No,
segment.
let,
Go
let
ahead.
him do it. Let him do the segment. Go ahead. Keep going.
All right, $11,000. These cars have gone up so much in the last
Well, I
year.
mean, it's got a lip. It's got a hood. It's got some stuff done to it. Let's see what else it has.
That doesn't matter. 94,000 miles. This is kind of low for the year of the car. Let's take a look at some of the pictures here. That's just
It's a motor.
yeah, it's got
Has a cold air intake.
Has a cold air.
Wait,
and it looks
wait.
like it's got a throttle body too because it's polished. So
When you see dust like that on the engine bay, should one be concerned?
no, because it's used. That means it runs.
Okay.
But does it mean that, like, some people may think like, oh, it's been sitting there for a while and the dust has accumulated under the engine bay, so maybe something else has gone awry?
You know, I don't like people that clean their engines.
Really?
Oh, what?
Oh, he likes them dirty.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Really?
He likes them dirty.
Like whenever
So you don't like any of the FD cars?
that's different.
Oh,
Because those hang on, there's a difference. Those
okay,
people-
we're gonna transition to this. What's
Those-
going on here?
those people-
I clean my wife's engine bay
okay.
every time
You-
I change the oil.
You know what you're doing. But if that guy's car had a clean engine bay, I'm like, how did he get it clean? Did he use
So
did he
you
use
were-
a
okay.
did he use a pressure washer? If he
Right.
did, he's an idiot.
Okay, so you're
Hey,
suspect
careful.
on that. You're not. It's not so much cleaning the engine bay. It's you're suspect on how it was accomplished. It
Exactly.
does have a strut bar though.
Yeah. So
Mm.
let's keep going.
Okay. Next
More
picture.
pictures.
More pictures, and then we'll read the description.
All
It
right.
looks nice from
Four
the front.
lights.
All GTs come with the 4.
Yeah, it looks nice from the front. I think it looks good from the front. And that's
Oh
that's
my
the
God!
headliner.
There you go.
That's the
It's
headliner.
got
The headliner
Are
is
you
the headliner.
sure?
The headliner.
It's
Yeah,
got-
that's
I'm
the headliner.
confused. What am I looking at?
Starry Night. Those are that's
yeah, it's a-
fiber optic headliner.
No, it has to be
Yeah.
one of those like blob things that like the psychologists have you like look
Oh,
at
yeah.
to
Well,
see
let's,
like
let's read
what
the
do you
description.
see
I think
exactly?
it's in the description.
Let's go down to the description. Let's
Okay, all right,
Oh,
we're
wait,
going down
unzoom.
here.
Unzoom.
see. Okay, let's see. 07 Mustang GT
Or-
with a few mods. Ford Racing 62 millimeter twin throttle body.
Cars on springs.
That means it's got two 62 millimeters or one because that's really small. Anyway,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
The twin throttle body dummy.
yeah. Anyway, you don't know what they look like.
Okay,
So whatever.
This is the Mustang expert.
All
All
right.
right,
okay.
Paul, shut it.
Ignition, stabilizer bar.
Cars on
stabilizer bar
It's
would-
on springs.
Okay,
Everything. All
anyway.
cars are on springs.
Yeah.
Also have stars on the roof, baby.
I'm not thrilled. I'm not
Well, it's got a
thrilled.
GT 500 hood.
Yeah. I don't
Oh, and you know, then there's nothing wrong with the car when they
Let him
say.
get to that.
Yeah. Well, I'm not thrilled with it. I'll be
Wait,
honest.
hold on.
Wait, you're not thrilled about that
You gotta
part? There's
finish
nothing
reading.
wrong with the car?
You got to finish reading it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
you guys read
All
it
new.
for me.
No, I
No,
didn't.
I never said it.
All right. All new spark plugs. Oil
Suspect.
changes have been
Suspect.
maintained. Yeah, it's very suspect. GT 500 hood. It's ugly.
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong with the car.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Here, take my money.
Sure. you did all these mods to it to drive it around like if you're
Okay.
driving Miss Daisy, right?
Okay.
I'm not thrilled with it. Honestly,
no, okay,
no.
but as far as potential for a drift car, yes, no, not
they're
so.
they're good cars to start off with, but for 11 grand, I don't know. I think there's better cars.
Okay, let's
out
see.
there.
Well, let's see.
what
Maybe
we-
there is.
Wow, I'm just shocked about the.
I thought he'd be more excited.
No, I'm telling you, he's going through a rough patch right now. So.
Corolla I am, front wheel drive for life. He's.
Yeah.
Hey,
Woo!
oh, hey. Now
There
this
we
is
go.
my
What?
cup of
2005?
tea.
I love the way they look on the front.
That it cannot be that much. 10.5.
It's 0 miles. That's why
Oh, it's
no,
brand new.
it's got 10.5. It's got 10.5.
it was
10.5.
15.
Okay, but let's take a look. Maybe
No,
there's-
don't look at the description.
picture,
yeah,
picture,
look through the
picture.
pictures
Yeah,
first.
let's look at the pictures.
Looks
It's
nice
got-
on the front.
It's got
Is that an
some
Altiza?
halo.
That's an Altiza logo, no?
Yeah, and it's got some halo
Right.
headlights
Okay. Next
on
picture.
it. Next.
Okay, it's nice.
Okay.
It's lowered.
Got some
It's
wheels.
lowered, Looks
Okay.
pretty good. Nice little side. Looks okay, right? Got some
Alright.
side skirts on it. Looks
HDR
pretty clean.
photo.
Yeah. It's real life. It's not
Yeah,
simulated.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you're getting
yeah.
the sky with
Exactly.
this photo, so
Yeah.
that's proof enough.
Okay. Oh, bumper's off. Okay,
Yeah.
something happened. We're not really sure what's
Oh,
going on here.
whoa,
It's adjustable.
It's
Adjustable
adjustable
bumper.
bumper, right? Okay.
Okay.
Detachable for. Oh,
Oh, more HDR
it drives.
Yeah. It's in Miami.
He must be a tall person, so he has to drive with his head tilted.
Are those red lights supposed to be on
that's what
normally?
I was gonna say. What are the?
Hey,
red
wait, what the
lights?
hell? The check engine lights on.
Check engine lights, yeah.
Yeah, well, okay.
Okay, let's
Probably
keep
should have
going.
sent that photo, buddy.
Keep going.
Yep. Let's keep going. 10-5. My ass. Okay. Yeah.
Language.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
More on the side. Notice he keeps going towards the right side of
What
the
happened to the
vehicle.
bumper? We had a bumper, now we have no bumper?
noticing
I
this.
told you it's adjustable.
Let's see. Let's see.
All right, keep going. Keep going. We got to see the driver's
Yeah,
side.
he does
of the
love
car.
that. He does love the passenger side.
Yeah.
Maybe it's right side drive.
Keep going. There's nothing.
Right side.
There's nothing new in any of these
It did-
pictures.
Oh, there's smoke.
Oh,
different colors, smoke in multiple
Ooh,
colors.
That's, he did a Photoshop for this.
Ooh, wait.
And let's
Is
see.
it-
Is
Next
this
one
the
is it-
driver's side?
Is this
Finally?
No, it's still the
passenger
passenger
side.
side.
No, but I'm
next-
saying
no,
I'm
next
saying the
one.
next one.
Well, yeah, but I'm still like confused by this.
Is there?
It was in a music video.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, that
Yeah.
explains things. Okay.
Oh, there you
we
go.
go.
There
There
you
we
go.
go.
That's driver's side.
Finally.
Okay, that looks pretty
Sheesh.
good. Doesn't look too
Okay,
bad.
so I get it. If you look at it from the right side, no bumpers or anything like that. You just gotta go over to the left
Oh.
side of the car.
You know, it's
just
a
to see it with the
hologram. You
bumper
ever
and
remember those
everything.
hologram cards they used to
Oh,
have?
yes.
So you look at it
3D
from one
effects.
way, it's the 3D effect card. So when you look at it from the passenger side, the bumper disappears. When you look at it from the driver's side,
Oh.
there it is.
Booyah! All right, mystery
gotta cost
solved.
some money.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's like you could choose what mood you're in.
How you feeling about this?
Bumperless, Yeah.
How you feeling about
Yeah,
this car
yeah.
so far? Though?
Yeah. 10-5 still, but let's see.
Let's go to the description.
Maybe there's things that we don't know about.
Okay.
Let's see. So it's a manual
Hey,
swap.
hang on. Good reviews, so that's pretty good.
He's got
Oh, yeah.
10 good reviews.
Yeah,
Good
10 good
reviews,
reviews.
good
Okay.
reviews,
okay.
So read more.
Let's go ahead.
So it's a
It is a manual
with an
IS.
with an AR5. So that comes from
AR5.
yeah, that is the
The
GM
freaking hell's
version.
that?
It's like the GM version
That's
of
from the sky?
the Sky.
Oh,
That's a good
okay.
transmission.
Or the Colorado, I think, has it.
That's
as
a good
well.
transmission.
Yeah, it's like an
It's-
R154.
So it's already.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm liking it because.
Okay.
So
keep
all
going.
right.
no cats.
He killed the
straight pipes.
cats?
Yeah.
Oh,
my
man.
goodness.
Meow.
whatever.
I can't
That's
wait
why
to
it's got a
kill the
check engine
cats.
light. Megan Racing
Yeah.
coil,
Ah.
sway bars, control arms. Okay, I guess.
That's got a lot of
I
stuff.
thought the
Down
check
pipe.
engine light
A
was from the
down
bumper.
pipe?
Whoa.
Wait.
Downpipe or-
Downpipe? Why would it have a downpipe?
Well, let's keep reading.
Well, hang on.
Wait,
But
what
it
the
doesn't say
frick?
anything about a turbo
What the
anywhere.
frick?
Just keep going.
All right,
Let's just
cold
keep
air
going.
intake, bigger radiator fans, ESR rims. I love when they say rims. Anyway, tinted windows, Mishimoto shift knob, leather interior,
No sticky dash.
That's very
That-
important.
Yes, that is
That's
very
very
important.
important.
Yeah,
No sticky
same thing
dash
with
is important.
G35s.
I think that's a sale right there.
G35s have sticky dashes as well.
That is-
Who
Yeah.
cares about
What
that?
the hell? Why?
I don't know.
Like, how did they not like the engineering dashes for years?
They probably
and
use the
all of a
same
sudden-
supplier. It's
Well,
probably
it-
the same supplier.
It's still the same problem in the second gen IS. Like for the early ones, they had sticky dash too. And like I remember, I got in Giacomo's IS.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and it stained my arm because I put my my
Oh.
arm on the door,
Oh.
and it got it was gross.
Oh.
Okay, so keep
Yeah.
going.
Anyways,
Okay.
So that's a thing. So that's good. New LSD,
That's good.
cool. 2 new front door speakers. Cool.
New drive shaft because
New
he did the
drive
swap.
shaft, drift motion.
oh, drift motion.
Stage 3.5 clutch.
Couldn't make the 4, huh?
Yeah, well, but at least it says drift somewhere.
Yeah.
New throwout bearing and flywheel.
Well, he did the swap, so all that stuff's gonna be new.
Yeah, all drift motion parts. Oil has always been
Oh,
maintained. Here
oh,
we go.
okay.
Here we go. ISR short shifter, clean title.
That we just talked about.
139,000 miles, which is
That's fine.
that's pretty low. New carbon fiber wrapped interior pieces and new coils.
So
and
wait,
spark
but
plugs.
what's the
This is
what's the
not in a
downpipe
rest-
for?
I don't know. He probably means
prob-
cat hollow
Yeah,
cats or something.
he probably
Means like test pipes?
yeah, he
probably
probably
test
meant
pipes, yeah.
or mid pipe or something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what do you think, though?
Honestly, I'm
So far, Mustang and IS. What do
Hey,
you think?
there's more.
well, it's just
No, no,
Not
tags.
in a rush.
just tags.
Not in a rush to sell at all. This is my daily. So,
He's
if
gonna
it doesn't
boost
sell, I'm boosting it. Oh, good luck. It's a VVTi motor.
Okay.
Anyway.
So what do you think so far, Mustang or IS?
I think the Mustang is winning because
Really?
yeah,
Wait, what?
yeah,
Wait,
For
you
five-
you flipped your script so fastly.
yeah.
I
But
just
it's
put. I just put.
it's
two
still not
cars.
good.
You own a Toyota.
Yeah.
And you own a Ford, and you just totally picked the Ford over your Toyota.
Okay.
What the hell?
I'm picking what would be a better platform for drifting. right off the bat for $500
Toyota's always the best platform.
The front ends on these things are funky to work with. We have
Okay, I
yeah.
didn't want to hear anymore.
Yeah.
Mustang. So far, I got the win.
Yeah.
All right, so you got the Mustang so far on top. Let's see if we can
I'm
top it.
shocked. I'm shocked. I have to disagree with the
next one's
the
a
Honda
Honda.
one
Is a
here,
lower
but that's
price.
okay.
The next one's a
That's all
Corolla
right.
IM.
So, all right,
Wait.
before we move on to the next
No,
one,
we're gonna move on.
why are you saying IS over Mustang? Go ahead, tell me.
Sticky
I like-
dash, plain and simple. I
I
got
like
sold on the
Toyota.
sticky dash.
There you go.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
God.
Yeah.
This is a lot lower price.
Yes.
So you have more room for.
A C4.
It's a C4 is the problem.
Okay, so why is the C4? Well, let's look at the pictures.
They
And
don't-
then you can go into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at it
But
first.
man, for 4,400, let's see what we got here.
Not too
Okay,
bad. It's not
alright.
too shabby. Look at it if you like if you're into the whole Corvette thing and the bobbers.
I mean, if I'm not gonna drift it, this is definitely the pick I would.
It almost looks like the neighborhood that Noah used to live in at one point.
Wow.
It's not at all.
Is that your car, Noah?
What is up with the seats?
Look at those seats, man.
Is that a seat cover?
That's a floppy seat.
Ooh, well, it's $4,400.
Yeah.
You got enough money to buy new seats and steering wheel. All right, let's go to the description.
Yeah, let's see.
sure.
C506 wheels, drilled and slotted brake rotors. Okay. Runs and drives transmission. Does need some work.
So this is not a candidate, even because you have your budget's $10,000, $11,000. So you can buy this car for $4,400, and you have about $6,000 to put into
The
it. Is it
problem
worth
with the C4 is that all the if you're
Why
trying
do
to
you say it's a manual with overdrive?
because
Yeah.
that's if,
It's an automatic.
But the real reason why I picked it is because it
it
was
is
so
an
cheap.
automatic.
Yeah,
Huh?
it is automatic.
Oh
but
no, that's a no go right there.
okay,
So I'm-
Okay,
I'm-
there you go.
all right.
Yeah.
Next one.
That settles it.
All right, Mustang still top. I'm gonna
There's
be
another one?
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
I got
couple.
a
Okay,
bunch.
good.
I got a bunch. So like I said, my price range
Ooh,
is
what the
$10,000.
What? Huh?
Is-
Oh, that's 14.
Actually, the
Still.
price your price range could be the
Oh.
highest one I pick.
No
okay,
way.
$11,000. You have
Yeah.
$11,000.
I would
So if
buy
you
that
purchase
now.
this car, you have $3,000 left.
Okay, so
You get the Mustang, you have zero money. You get the Mustang, and that's it.
yeah, you're kind of stuck.
So right now you have.
So,
What do you think?
So for $3,000 less, this is looking a little more
Well, we
promising.
don't even know if this thing runs. So
Well, let's go
take,
through the
let's
pictures.
Take a look.
It's got the nice front end.
S15
Got
front
some
end,
battles.
MB battles on it. It's got some brakes done in the front. It looks
Yeah.
like. So let's see.
That's
All right.
14, yeah.
Cookie taillights or Cokie, whatever you want to call it.
Ooh, those are
Nice
those-
SPL
those are
arms.
expensive. Those are really
Woo!
expensive.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Mm.
money.
Whoa, blew up the engine.
Do I got to put that back together, or is
Well,
it
we
already?
haven't got the
put-
description yet.
Yeah,
wait,
so,
wait,
all right.
keep going.
That escalated quickly. Whoa!
They just blew it up.
I lied
Got
my
no
car up.
electrical.
I pulled all this out to make my car lighter.
This thing got gory all of a sudden.
It did. It did. It got
Oh, my
gruesome.
freaking what?
Holy cow!
All right.
What's
all right.
that?
I mean, he
did a
took
complete-
time though.
You get a couple extra.
vehicle teardown.
you get
He
like
did,
four-
but he took his time, laid out
Yeah.
tarps, and laid
What
all
is
these
all
pieces
that?
out.
Wait, is this a part out?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. But right now it's
That's all-
$8,000.
There's turbo parts there.
Oh, he's got
Yeah,
coilovers,
Coilover, BCs, yeah.
and then
More-
it's more pictures
more
of it.
SPL front end too.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
now I'm curious with the
Now
description.
we go to the description.
All right, full S15 clip.
I'm
cartridge
selling
from
mine.
Drag.
19. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I know that place.
Real stamped cookie wing, real stamped cookie side skirts, real stamped cookie rear bumper, fiberglass rear valences, real cookie taillights. Oh my goodness, there's a lot.
Yeah, there is a lot.
Well, let him finish. Let him
Hang
finish.
on,
No,
hang on.
I'm not gonna
Back
make him
up.
read all of that.
Yes,
don't
we
have
are.
time for that.
Well, okay, kind of skim through then. New
Okay.
aftermarket sway bars.
So we already saw the suspension parts, new aftermarket sway bars, OEM control arms.
chase base steering kit. Power
Okay,
steering kit.
BC Racing coilovers. There's a new rack and pinion. Yeah, because Nissan racks are always
Mhm.
falling
250
apart.
DC.
Let's see. Custom exhaust. Okay. Recently performed a tune-up, so the car runs because he
Mhm.
did a tune-up.
Yep,
So
yep, yep.
okay. Burnt orange 350Z power seats. Full interior.
Got some
Custom.
speakers,
But I want to know more about.
yeah. Go down.
Yeah, it's got a full sound system. Car runs great. AC blows cold. Performed oil changes at 3,000 mile intervals. Okay. Has 190,000
Wait,
miles.
is it a KA?
That's what I want to know. Need to
I'm
find a
assuming.
good home. Even if it is a KA, just because the values of these cars are skyrocketing.
And you get all that extra
And you
stuff.
get all
yes,
that
you
stuff.
get all that extra stuff. That's what he says. He says, sale of the car gets everything I have in my garage. So all that
That's-
extra stuff.
Yeah, that's winning right there.
So you have $3,000 to spare.
and you get extra parts
And
anyway.
you get extra
And
parts.
you get to sell the parts.
And you already have all the arms and everything that you
right.
need. So this
All
car, even if it is KA,
It's a head turner. You pull up. It's got the S15 front end. It's nice.
yeah, it looks good.
I like it.
You know, it looks
Okay,
it
so you
looks-
think this topped out the Mustang?
Yeah, this is
Because now you get a car that's obviously a proven chassis to drift.
yeah.
You
and,
have $3,000 to spare.
and I saw that he had a bunch of plumbing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
intercooler and all that. So it's like a
Yeah.
lot of the work is done for you to go turbo if you do
Right.
decide to drift this car.
Yeah.
Which drifting 240 now is kind of like wow.
All right.
You got to have a lot of money.
Next one.
$6,000 SC400.
So you got $5,000.
It says it's a manual.
Yeah, that caught my eye right away. That it says that it's a manual.
Well, let's go through the
So
pictures.
this is starting to pique my interest a
I
lot.
might need a neck brace after this.
Oh,
All these damn angles.
I know.
All right,
What
let's
the
take a
Oh
look at
no,
the
and it's
pictures.
worse. It's all of them.
Oh God.
Great. How are we going to
Oh,
properly
all like
assess
that? They
this?
really all like that.
Yes.
Hey, wait. That's got flares on it.
It does
Yeah,
have flares
it
in
does
the.
have
Yeah, it does have
flares.
flares.
It
yeah.
looks like flares. I don't know. I
No,
can't
no,
tell from
those
this
those
angle.
are flares. Those are
I'm
flares.
breaking my neck right
Oh,
now to
man.
figure it out. Okay.
I told you.
All right, all right.
They look good from the back. They look
Yeah.
a little stupid from the front.
Yep.
All right,
it's
Wait,
a
that
manual.
is
Is that
manual.
a manual?
That's a manual.
This is really.
Is
piquing
that's
my
a factory manual?
No.
No.
SC400 never came. There's no 1UZ manual.
Okay.
So let's keep going. Keep going.
Man, somebody needs to
Alright.
tell him how to take pictures.
Yeah, or
Whoa, wait,
Oh,
hold on.
wait
It's
a
not an
minute, it's not-
SC400.
it's not a-
See?
yeah, it's not a 400. It's a 300. But still, keep going.
It's not VVTi.
Yeah, because it's
Oh,
pre.
I love the description. Straight to the point.
2JZ manual swap, coilovers, good tires. That's the car.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
You got
An
$5,000 to spare.
SC300 with a manual, it's like almost, and at that price is almost an automatic buy, because I mean, yeah,
Some people think that way about the highest 300 too.
not for 10.5.
Not for 10.5.
Not
So
for-
for $6,000, you have $5,000 to play.
Yeah, you got a lot of money to play with. If we're gonna budget it to $11,000,
Yeah.
you got a lot of money to play with, which could get you a lot. It's already got a manual, and it's a really cool car. And if it's a factory, well, he said it was a swap, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was a factory manual SC300, that's money in the bank. But even like this, it's still like
Non-turbo though.
yeah. But with
okay.
$5,000, you can put a turbo in there,
Absolutely.
and it's a non VVTi, so
oh, so this tops out the S14.
it's close, man. It's
Ah,
because
I like this.
because it's like it's right there and it's barely edging it out because I trust a Toyota over a Nissan.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah.
Well, so far neck and neck S14, SC300. Let's see
And
if I
it's-
can
and it's
throw
good.
another wrench in the
And
works
it's-
here.
you know, there's relatively less of these at the track, so it's cool too. So,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I like those cars. I've always wanted.
I think I have like one more. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, what?
Okay. So let me before you start.
What is your thought process behind this one, Timmy?
This is my thought process. This guy offered to trade me my Z.
Oh!
What?
So-
How
Now
did you not
this
do
is
that?
interesting.
Are
How
you
did
out
I-
of your mind?
Hey, we can't hear you, pal.
Hold on a second. First of all,
Paul,
I
You gotta
did.
get closer.
thank you.
I already wrapped the car.
Who cares?
Go into it. I can't. I'm not going to drift that. Go ahead. Keep going.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
So let's take a look at the pictures. I
I
already
see
Okay.
the one JZ.
I
It's
Or
a
see-
2JZ.
2JZ.
It's a
It's
2JZ.
automatic.
Yeah.
It's
it's-
got
I'm not
turbo.
looking for. Okay, go through the pictures. That's
he
why this
just-
is up.
He wants you to get it so you can pull the motor out. Of it.
That's what you get for losing my racket.
Damn you.
All right. It's got a side exit exhaust, some
Got some
huge
cool
wheels.
The wheels are nice.
They're like 20.
I like the color too.
I like
Yeah.
the color.
Hey, this person isn't impressed.
He's
Yeah.
not. But I mean, this is a driftable car. I mean, you're already at your
Of
budget
course.
though.
Well, yeah.
You're already
Look,
at your
even
budget.
automatic. Juan drifted his.
Yeah, I know.
One.
And it's look at the and the car looks nice.
Yeah, it looks
The car
nice.
looks nice.
Three.
It's a nice looking car.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Are
I
those
hope. I
20s?
really
Are
hope
those
this guy
20s?
sells this. Because you
you're
know what?
getting
If,
tempting.
if I had not wrapped my Z, I might have. I might have.
You might have done it.
I might have. But the thing
It's-
is
The automatic thing.
I'm not getting seat time in that car.
no.
Not without putting money into it.
No.
Description, please.
All right, 2JZ, big turbo. Well, if that's the original engine, that's a 2003. We already know it's a VVTi engine, so kind of scary. Shell of the car is in perfect shape, not a scratch on the car. Cold AC, everything works perfectly. 550 horsepower, so it's got to be built. Looking to trade it send me what y'all got. 11,000.
That's literally the car that Tommy was just talking about. The car you can take to the drift track. All you gotta do is put
the manual swap it.
Manual swap. You can take it to the drift track, drive it, and then you can drive it. You can drive your girlfriend to the movies in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
can take it to the
great.
car show, too.
The only thing that's really stopping me out of everything is the automatic. Although Juan has proven, that's.
But what I'm saying, so it's you're at your budget. It's $11,000. Does this edge out the S14 or SE300
or the Mustang?
Well, the Mustang's already been edged out because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was edged out by the S14.
Oh,
the S14
really?
bumped that
no,
out, and now he said it's neck and neck between the SE300 and the S14.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you that the fact that it's already at the limit and it's an automatic is killing it for me. I love everything else about it.
But if you take your time, you save up a little money, you can do this transmission swap. It's not like you can never do that. It's
this
just
guy want to trade you?
you would have to wait.
Was he drunk?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to get into
But
drifting. If he wants to get into drifting, my
Okay.
car's a better car.
You're right. But with the $5,000 budget that I have from the SC,
You must have watched
I
LZ's
can go
video or
turbo
something.
already. And I like the SC a little bit more.
Okay.
I think I'll go with the
You
SC.
are not going to get that car for $5 grand.
No. But
That car looks light years better than the SC.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
But how much heavier is that? Those cars are heavy, aren't they?
they're both.
They're
both
pretty
cows.
hefty.
Well,
They're
but the
both
SC300,
bulky.
you just get rid of the doors and you're good.
So
I think
like
a little bit
Jeep?
more than that.
The hinges and the hinges.
and the windows
Yep.
and the fenders.
A good portion of the
Or
car.
cut
Yeah.
the car in half and then
Good portion of the car.
I personally like the SC a little bit more. I guess I'm more partial to that. I do like the GSs too, but just the fact that I have to do a manual swap, meaning like I have to go outside of my budget to do a manual swap when I'm still in budget with a turbo kit on the SC, is really pushing me towards the SC.
Okay, so what's your final decision over the
Yeah.
S14 is going to be the SC300?
SC300 would be mine.
Well, there you have it.
How do you like that?
I'm a little shocked. by
I'm
this.
giving you some challenges, ain't I?
Yeah,
Let's
no, that
make it
was-
interesting.
That last one really made it interesting too, because I was like, man, that's a really cool car. But yeah, the automatic really
Yeah.
hurt it for me.
Would you trade the Corolla for the GS?
I don't know. Yeah, let's go.
stay at a boost.
Just stay out of boost. Yeah.
Stay out of boost. Stay out of boost. Well, there
Yeah,
you go.
it's a
There
real
you have
cool
it.
car.
I mean,
SC300.
all of his customers are going to be like, wow, what speedy service.
Yeah, $6,000. He has $5,000 to spare. Get angle kit, whatever he's gonna get.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
All right.
All right.
Oh, that was No the Car Fairy, folks. We hope you enjoyed that segment. I think that's about it for us tonight.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that I will be making the expedition over to OSW tomorrow. So if any driver is watching, which I highly doubt, just pass by, hang out, say hello. I'm going to be trying to get some interviews, and hopefully I can go. I mean, I already got some people lined up, so expect that to come out at some point or another. And not to mention, not only get interviews, but also try to capture some vibes. And if I have time, maybe go on Instagram Live a little bit. So,
Oh yeah.
So let's
so I
stay
figured
tuned
I
for that.
might just do a little pit walk. So that way, for the people that don't know what Spring Break Bash is all about, or haven't been there, or what it has to offer, because I really don't know what it has to offer. I mean, I'm expecting water slides. I'm expecting water balloon fights.
Will
but
the king be there?
who?
Will the king be there?
Catron
Oh,
king.
Catron.
possibly.
Catron's there.
The king
The king.
of
Oh,
Spring Break.
Yeah.
Passionate Pat Gooden.
I
He's
thought
like
you meant
Catron.
the king of OSW.
Mike.
I thought you meant the king of OSW.
No, I meant the king of Spring Break.
Oh, well.
Spring
I
Break
thought he was
Bash.
Passionate Pat now, not the king of Spring
Yes.
Break.
No,
He could take more than one.
Get with the
Persona?
program, Paul. I mean,
it's Spring Break Bash.
you haven't had your coffee. Look, I don't blame
I
you.
know.
It's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I blame Tim.
And he ate a whole bunch of like
Pizza.
pasta and pizza. So yeah, he's ready.
So with that said, also expect some more news for upcoming events such as Clutch Shakers and the U.S. Drift Circuit Pro Am Series that's going to take place soon enough. April 8th, right? That's right around the corner.
Oh, it's
8th through 10th. Yeah,
like 3 weeks away, right?
3 weeks
Yeah.
away.
Oh, wow.
It's right around the corner. So,
Will we be there? We don't know.
well,
Time
tune
will
in
tell.
to find out.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. So want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Take care and good night.